thank you all for coming this historic day, and I'm very happy to have you here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Rick Roberts. I'm a senior judge. I used to work here. And so I'm very pleased that we arrived here today for my successor to be duly qualified and placed into office. But Lindsey, you know you can't get away without a nickel or three advice from me, so I thought we'd kind of start out by telling you how significant it is that we're taking this oath in this very room. Every one of your predecessors in office up here, this circuit has enjoyed since the state was formed, having a reputation for producing some of the finest jurists that the state has ever had. Judge Fettengill back there in the back was a circuit judge when my partner, Charlie Moore, began practicing law in Scotland County in 1921. Judge Cotty was one of the finest judges that this state ever produced, and everyone knows Judge Moore. His reputation is nationwide. So this is a very elite group that you're about to join. Now, we've heard a lot of talk about how historic this is, because you're the first woman to ever serve as a presiding circuit judge of the circuit. As I have consistently said, we have some of the finest women judges in this state serving with us here. We have one of the finest prosecutors in the state who was also a female. But you're not here because you're a woman. You weren't picked for that. You're here because you're qualified, just like every one of these other female judges that we have. Every one of you have earned your spurs and have a right to be here. No one gave you anything. I was there the first day you showed up from law school. I don't think you had batteries with you. I think we had those. And I've watched you develop over your career. And it has been like watching a comet or a meteor. It's been an incredible career. And again, no one gave you anything. You earned every step of the way. I watched you learn, I watched you fail, I watched you succeed. But the one thing that I did notice, you never quit. In addition to that desire not to quit, you have one of the stellar requirements for this job. And that is honesty, integrity, and fairness. In fact, I was so impressed that I recommended you to the bar for award because of your fairness. More than once I've seen you lose a case because it was the right thing to do, because you upheld the right of law. And you did that consistently through your entire career. So it is no surprise that we stand here today. In fact, I find it a relief that you're here. So with that said, are you ready?
Ready.
Please bring the Bible forward. Stand here and place the prayer. Please place your hand on the Bible. Lindsey Gravett, do you solemnly swear
I solemnly swear
that you hold all of the credentials and all requirements necessary for the service of presiding circuit judge of the First District Court?
try to repeat that because that's a lot.
All you gotta do is say yes.
Yes.
Do you further swear that you will uphold all laws of the state of Missouri, that you will faithfully uphold the rules of procedure and the operating rules of the courts as established and promulgated by the Missouri Supreme Court? Will you faithfully uphold, defend, and protect the constitutions of the state of Missouri and the United States?
Absolutely.
And will you faithfully demean yourself in the office of presiding circuit judge for the First District Circuit, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce Circuit Judge Lindsey Gravett.